We are back live. It's the Alex Jones Show. We're going to continue to take your calls. Alex calling in shortly. But for PrisonPlanet.tv subscribers, I want to play this video. The local KLUR or KULR station now reporting, he's got 17 aliases. Yeah, he spent some time in a California state correctional facility. Yeah, he's lost some civil suits of over $1 million that he hasn't paid. But he also has a current outstanding warrant in Wyoming. He's a wanted criminal. And again, the elite and the establishment love criminals who don't care about the American people. They're not under our jurisdiction of we the people. So let's go to this video, PrisonPlanet.tv, right now.
Launched an investigation into a California company's plan to take over the Hardin jail. The probe came one day after the criminal past of American police force leader Michael Hilton is revealed. Yesterday, concerned Montana citizens showed up at the Hardin jail, joining officials in the quest for answers. Color 8's Nick Law went to Hardin and has the details.
Hello? Anybody home?
Tony Myers drove from Columbus, Montana in search of answers in the ongoing story between the Hardin jail and American police force.
I just want to know who they are, why they're coming here, who they're bringing in.
My job is not to give you the answers that you want. My job is to give you the information that I have been employed to release or not release.
Caught in the crossfire is APF spokesperson Becky Shea, who spent all day answering questions from media members and the public after an AP story linked the security firm's leader, Michael Hilton, to multiple bankruptcies and convictions for more than a dozen felonies.
There were no surprises. Michael disclosed this information to me before I agreed to come to work for him.
Shea and TRA Vice President Al Peterson both say they knew about the convictions long before the report came out, but are still confident in APF.
I firmly believe APF is legitimate and a solid corporation.
Peterson declined an on-camera interview but released this statement saying, quote, "I believe that the TRA has a better chance of getting the detention facility open with APF than with any Montana officials. What do we have to lose if it doesn't work out?" End quote. APF also continues to stand firm on its stance to not release the parent company.
That information won't be disclosed.
But Myers and others like her pledge to continue their research.
They're putting in a criminal to watch criminals?
And try to get to the bottom of the mystery behind the Hardin jail. Reporting in Hardin, Nick Law, Color 8 News.
Calls to Michael Hilton were not returned. APF spokesperson Becky Shea says Hilton is currently in California on business and is expected back in Hardin in the next couple of weeks. Well, court records from Orange County, California indicate Michael Hilton has a lengthy criminal past, including a 6-year prison sentence for a dozen counts of grand theft and other charges. Court documents show more than a decade of courtroom appearances for Hilton, starting in 1982 through 1999 on charges including bad checks, fraud, breach of contract, and grand theft. After his release from prison, court documents indicate he was entangled in at least 3 civil lawsuits alleging fraud or misrepresentation. And we learned just yesterday there's a warrant out for Hilton's arrest in Wyoming. A Sheridan County, Wyoming Circuit Court judge issued a warrant September 1st. A court clerk says he was ticketed for driving with a suspended driver's license on Interstate 90 in Sheridan County on August 15th. The arrest warrant was issued after he failed to appear in court.
All right, let's continue with the callers. Let's go to Michael in Texas. Michael, you're on the line.
Yeah, Burmis, this is Mike Moore calling from Wichita Falls, Texas. How you doing today?
All right.
Hey, there's one thing that I'm talking about this Montana story as it develops that came to mind. I used to hold a security officer license here in Texas for about 4 years, and I've been going through the Montana, it's mt.gov website in order to find the Montana Board of Private Security to find out if there's even a current license for this American police force, which so far to my search I haven't found one.
Well, you know, that'll tie into a story by Felix Barber over at PrisonPlanet.com. The headline is APF license? We don't need no stinking license. When the scene started to unfold in Hardin, Montana, my first reaction could be best described as an overwhelming feeling of despair. The thought that our worst fears were coming true so soon literally sent chills down my spine. Talks of troops on American soil and secret empty detention centers appeared to be taking shape before our very eyes. Scary stuff indeed. But as the hours and days unfolded and more light was shined upon this story, it became less of a looming threat and more like an engrossing tabloid scandal. So it doesn't appear that they do have a license. We're going to continue with your calls. We're going to go to Scott, Dan, Gary, Chris, and more. Alex Jones coming up after this segment. It's the Alex Jones Show. Remember, pre-order. We are back. It's the Alex Jones Show. I am Jason Burma sitting in. Alex joining us momentarily. We're going to continue with your calls in just a moment. But I want to read more of this article that the caller just brought up. APF license, we don't need no stinking license. As you read into it, American Police Force is a California corporation. In order to advertise for investigative services in the state of California, one must be licensed, and the licenses must advertise using the name that the license is issued under. I went to the website of bsis.ca.gov/online services/verify licenses, SHTML. This is the website for the California Department of Consumer Affairs, Bureau of Security and Investigative Services. They have a database that anyone can use to verify a license. You simply put in the name of the company, and under it will tell you whether that firm is licensed or not. As I suspected, no matches were found. They are not licensed to operate as a private investigator, nor as a security operator required to provide bodyguard services. I knew this would be the case going in because the state of California will not issue a license to a company that has the word police as part of its company name. But remember, this is under some other umbrella corporation that has remained secret as of this point. Use the word police in the context of any license is strictly forbidden by California state law. And it goes on, full story over at Prison Planet and InfoWars. All right, let's continue with the callers. Let's go to Dan in Pennsylvania. Dan, you're on the line. Yes, sir.
Yes. This is about Hilton there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's I went to this website. I surf around a lot, and it's whatdoesitmean.com. I've been there before, of course. It's under an article named Obama in Secret Russia Visit Warns Putin I May Not Make It. About three-quarters of the way down, okay?
Mm-hmm.
It goes into an American police force company, which is owned by one of the most brutal fascist warlords of the former nation of Yugoslavia, named Midrid Dogovocevic.
So they're telling you that this guy, one of his aliases, is this alias that you're saying, and that he is just a brutal military dictator.
Yeah, and then it goes on, who, when brought to the United States by the CIA, in parenthesis, who backed his brutal troops in the destruction of the Balkan genocide wars, changed his name to Michael Anthony Hilton.
Well, that's
was
incredible.
Numerous times. Yeah.
Is there a source article, or is this just up on that website? I mean, did they pull this from some kind of an Associated Press or other mainline article?
I'm not sure. I'm trying to get into that. It's been tough.
Well, let me tell you how you do it. What you do is you take a section of the article, a few sentences, all right? You copy that, and then you paste it into Google, and then all articles that have republished it or initially published it will come up, so you can kind of see where the sources are. We would appreciate it if you took that link and you sent it over to articles@infowars.com or writers@infowars.com, because if he is one and the same, and this is the same Michael Hilton, and he has not only CIA ties, but military dictatorship ties in Yugoslavia, this is huge, Dan.
Is on here as well. Couple of major sentence links,
mm-hmm.
Okay, because it was just posted today.
Mm-hmm.
It says, imagine a bloodless coup to restore and defend the Constitution through an intern administration that would do serious business of governing and defending the nation. Skilled military-trained nation builders would replace accountability-challenged radical left commissioners. Having bonded with their twin teleprompters, the president would be detailed for ceremonial speech making.
Well, it is creepy stuff, and I just hope that you can get that article to us as soon as possible, and all the info warriors out there can check it out and either verify or disprove this. But, you know, the way things are going, it looks like we're going to be able to verify this. This guy has all the markings of this type of a dictator, this type of a strongman, someone that the CIA would back. And, you know, he admittedly said that his boss was an ex-Army colonel named Richard Culver, and this was at the point when he was just calling himself Captain Michael and not giving out his last name, and again, under the very deceptive name of American Police Force. It's not American, it's not a police force, it's not even a licensed security firm, according to this article and according to the California State Board website. I thank you for the call, Dan. Let's